I have a confession to make. Like many of you, I have bought, tested, and side-eyed a lot of diamond painting tools. Some of them changed my life, while others went straight into the "why did I do this to myself" drawer. And today, we're going to find out which category these fall into. Today is all about Forever Young, and we've got a tray storage system situation, new and improved. We also have some new pinking shears that will scallop the edges of our canvases, and the highly anticipated, much asked and talked about, new steel pin tips from Forever Young. So without further ado, let's dive in and see, are these going to end up in the changed my life pile or the why did I do this to myself drawer? Hi, Crypt Crew. Welcome back to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, or welcome in if you're new and just wandered into the crypt. I'm Mushmallow, and today we're going to do kind of a chatty little product review featuring some goodies from Forever Young DIY. Now, quick disclaimer before we get into it, these are my real opinions. No fluff, no drama farming, and no everything is amazing energy. These were sent to me for my honest review and haunted background, and okay, for my honest review and to see what we think of these products. If it's something good, I'll tell ya. And if it's something questionable, we'll talk about that too. Let's get started playing with our goodies. First things first, these big mama jamma tray tower situations. They are covered in crinkly paper. Plastic, not paper. Plastic. I'm going to go ahead and spare you, so please stand by while I magically remove the crinkle. Much better. And some say editing is bad. Well, you're welcome. Because I just spared you, trust me. That was a lot of crinkle. But here they are, you guys. We have these two towers. They are separate, but you can stack them right up to each other nice and tight. And they hold 20 containers each. And that would be a total of 40 for those math challenged like me. They are the little, tray. You pinch open tray lined containers. They snap shut like that, and they go in here. Voila. So these are very similar to what they originally came out with a while back in the cardboard boxes or sleeves, depending on how many you ordered. But these are plastic hard case situation, and there are some other differences compared to the old model. So let's take a look and kind of deep dive into some of that. You might notice right from the cuff, it's kind of hard because all this is white and clear, but let me turn the light around. Maybe you can see. Aha, there we go. As you can see here, there's some space at the bottom. And the reason for that is because when you stand the tower up, the trays now go in at a slightly downward angle. Yes, they have a little bit of a downward angle and a little bit of a space for you to dig your little nails into to pick up the trays. Now these have the trays in upside down, like where lid side is down. I'm not sure if that makes some kind of difference. I would think not. For me, I would, these are right side up. So these are all upside down. That's very interesting. Maybe it was something to do with shipping, but yeah, they go in and they kind of go in at a slightly downward angle. They do still have all the surface space for stickers, and it came with this package of numbered stickers and these fancy sparkly stickers, and it looks like it is the entirety of the DMC. So there you be, chickadee. If you want to know what comes in here, that was that. And Also, a new feature is here at the top. You can see there's this little kind of downward angle and a backing here. This is for you to be able to store your tools. So when it's sitting on your desk, you can put pins up here, you know, cover minder. Let's see, you got tweezers and a straightener. Voila! And it'll sit up there on the top for you. Cover minders. Did I already say that? Maybe. Just trying to think of all the things you could put up there. Little decorations, little figurines. I mean, I think my little Jason would look good up here. See? Yes. So that's a nice feature too to help you save some desk space. They provide you some almost trinket tray top, if you will. So that is kind of what's newer about this. It does have a plastic center divider as well. I'm trying to get a feel for this plastic. It is a little bit on the thinner side. It makes me a little nervous that with rough handling, you could crack it a little bit. It is hard and it feels like the cracky kind of plastic, and it does have a little bit of give there. So I wouldn't manhandle these if you can avoid it. Another feature that they have on these is this here at the bottom. And if I read the informational situational right, these are little, I'm scared, I don't want to break it. I think these are little standy legs. Are you standy legs? You look like you want to. You look like you should. I am afraid to do something I don't want to. Let me break for a quick Oh, did that do something? Did you? Oh, see? Good thing. Good thing I didn't do what I was going to do. It looks like it slides. Oh, slides out for more stability. We slide out. See, it's a good thing I didn't do what I was gonna. I was trying to, and it locks into place too. The slidey thing locks into place and creates little feet on here to add to the stability on your desktop. So not that you can see a whole lot, but you can see the feet there and how it doesn't want to tip over, but it's not going to easily be bumped. You're going to hit it with your hand. Oh, I need that color. Oh, shoot. Nope. It's going to hold it in place for you if you want it to. If you want the legs, they're there. So that's very cool. Now, I have been very opinionated and clear in the past with my feelings on these, like, kind of containers that are containers and trays built into one. I love the idea of it, right? But my concern is plastic, and with as much as I diamond paint and use things, and if you have a confetti heavy canvas and whatever, you're going to open shut, open shut, open shut. I worry about the longevity of the little openy shutty crease hinge, if you will, here. And then it has this plastic pinchy situation that you got to clip on there. I worry about the longevity of these little pinchers and the claspy nubbin here. I don't know. I didn't see on their site, perhaps if they don't already sell individual replacements for some containers, it might be nice if they could sell them in 1, 10, 20 packs so that you could buy replacement containers without having to buy the whole system if you didn't want to. Just a thought. But I get nervous for how long this will last. And my other critique and kind of con or bleh about these is it's really nice to have this tray situation. Kind of takes the need for a diamond painting tray out of the equation if you don't want, you know, it's like a multi-purpose storage unit tool, right? But if you have a canvas that has a whole bunch of one color or multiple colors and it fills this container more than a third of the way full, then it's so full that when you shake your drills and try to tap, tap, tap and get it's covered with too many drills. The tray function becomes unusable, moot, if you will, there for no reason if you have too many drills in the container. And a lot of us do bigger canvases that have a lot of drills. So I almost feel like this is nice if you only have a, a minimal amount of drills in here. But if you've got a very color heavy canvas and you've got a couple thousand of each color or several colors, then the tray function becomes unusable until you've dwindled down, worked through your canvas and dwindled down to the point where the lines are actually visible and usable. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that clearly? I hope so. So those are just my first impressions and my historical thoughts on the tray systems like this, specifically the Forever Young. You know, I'm not saying this feels totally chintzy or anything, but this is a thinner plastic. I would, again, worry about cracking with a little too much manhandling. But otherwise, the legs seem to be functional enough to be stable, but I'd be worried about breaking those off. Again, if you're not too careful, they might just snap. I would be careful about that, but I really do like the improvements on this. I like the downward angle to help kind of help you see better, help you access your drills better, keeping, you know, the drills contained and orderly. I like that, and I really like the legs for support. I like the more durable structure than that cardboard they used to use, and I really like the fact that they say, hey, I'm taking up your desk space, so let me give you a little something back. Let me give you some space, storage space back here at the top. I am someone who does not have a lot of flat surface desk space, and that is another reason why I kind of shy away. That's the word I'm looking for. Shy away from products like this. And I kind of have a feeling about it because not everybody has a huge workspace with multiple desks or a really big desk with lots of surface space. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of them. I'm one of those people. And so for me right now in my current situation, I couldn't set one of these up and have it safely, reliably. I'd constantly have to be moving it, the whole tower, you know, off the desk and shifting it around. So this is for somebody who has maybe more diamond painting, crafting, workspace, shelf space, tabletop space situation. But you guys, these are really nice, really cool, and I think a very nice upgrade from the original version, which was in a pink cardboard box. So I don't think they did anything. I think these are the same size trays, but I did not do my homework on that. I can't be sure, but here's the size of the trays there. I'm not sure if this is the same size, or to me I feel like they might be slightly smaller, but I don't think so. I think they're the same size. Don't quote me, do your homework. If you're curious about that, you can go look at their site, find out. But again, they give us plenty of stickers. So yeah. What do you guys think about this Forever Young, newer, improved, upgraded tray tower system? And are you somebody who has the space for this? Like, are you going to be getting this? Do you like this kind of system? Has it been working out for you? How have the hinges held up? You know, these openy hinges and the pinchy clasps, do those hold up pretty good? I'm curious. And I also want to know, like, about your workspace and be jealous through the interwebs. If you have the desk space, workspace to house one or more units like this, tabletop units like this, I'm jealous, and I wish it was me. I guess you could put these on the side too, but then it negates the use of the feet and the top tray. It would be cool if they made a smaller, shorter version. I might be able to get away with that in some areas of my workspace. That could be kind of neat. Yeah, maybe. Anybody out there from Forever Young listening? Horizontal version? Huh? Yes? You can thank me later. Curiosity got the better of me. I'll be right back. Okay. This might not be a good example for what I was trying to describe, but we're gonna. So I have some, an Elizabeth Ward kind of large. This is not the extra large, it's just the large container of 310s. And we're gonna pour those on in there. We're gonna close it up. Let's see how full it is. How full did that make it? No, not too bad. Still plenty of room in there. Look at that. I mean, there's still tons of room in there. Wow. And I think I noticed this the last time too. We got some static, but you know what? Ditsy's Spritzy right here. That might help if you wipe these out with some Ditsy Spritzy. Might help you with the static issue. I don't know. Haven't tested it, but I'm just guessing. It's what it's for, right? And then, so I have all these 310s in here. Oh, look, I've got these little containers with a tray bottom. Now let me go multi-place this huge color blocking area. Well, I mean, have fun putting your 10 placer, 8 placer, 5 placer in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my big issue with this is if I'm going to, why have it be a tray function if you can't really use it as a tray function? And yeah, I mean, maybe for some of the smaller, less dense color situation, you can use the tray function. But I mean, this is a reality. And so that's kind of one of my bugaboos. I was hoping maybe something that I couldn't see or identify magically changed that situation, made it so you can use the tray function more universally, but it looks like not. As compared to, let me just dump these in here. As compared to an actual diamond painting tray that's a little larger, even with this volume, which is way too many to go in this and have it work as fully intended, but still look at that. I could still get my 5, 8, 10 placer all up in this business, you know, multiple lines, and then reshake and do it again. With this, you could not. So that's just, for me, that's one of my hang-ups about these little tray bricky situations. For me, I don't know. You know what? I think another good use is if you're obsessive about keeping your spare drills, which I am, it would be a costly thing, but if it's in your budget and you have it to spend and you want to, and you could take one of these tray tower situations. You could buy a multiplicity of them and turn them into your spare drill storage. And do these have a mount? These don't have a mount, but you could get command strips if you want, or if you're brave and crafty, you could try drilling a little hole in there or whatever, or put them on shelves, however you wanted to store it. But you could turn this into your wall of spare drills. And just, hey, if this container gets full, we start doing other things with our spare drills. But at least you could make this your spare drill containment unit. Think Ghostbusters, but instead of ghost drills, right? It's a thought. Again, I don't know how, and I don't need to know. Nobody needs to share. There's no budget shaming here. I'm just saying, if you have the funds and the budget and the desire, that could be another use for these new Forever Young tower storage tray situations. It won't be me though, because do you know how many eggs I'd have to sell to get enough money to buy as many of those towers as I would need to cover all of the DMC in round and square and specials in both? That would take a whole, my gosh, would that take a whole room? It might. I'll be finding out later this year. Spoiler. Oh. And the fact, as you saw, I had to pour the drills from the little brick into an actual tray with a spout to pour back into the container. If you're somebody who likes to mix and match your containment unit storage systems like that, you're going to need a tray anyway because it doesn't have a pour spout. So next up, we have scissors. These are big. Why are they so big? Hold on. So I've got like some they're almost a bit as big, about as big. Ignore the glue on there. We sort of got messy, but they're about the size of some normal like office kitchen scissor things, but gargantuan in size compared to my little bitty sharp as all get out murder scissors with the sharp tippy top point that you trust me, you do not want to prick your finger with that. It hurts. Oh, and I put that away too quick because now I'm gonna need to get this open. Please stand by. Okay, I'm struggling. This is the point where normally I would be like, Sundown, please come help me. But Sundown is not here. Here right now. And and I was kind of grateful because I'm like, oh, quiet filming time. Then this happens, and now I'm like, oh, I would trade all the stompy footsteps and video game cussery right now for him to be here and help me. So, Sundown, if you watch this, you were missed in this moment for this purpose. All right, we're gonna, I guess, gonna shred into the, oh, how to use. I just tore up the how to use instructions. Wow. Well, they're scissors. I mean, place your diamond painting canvas on a flat surface. Cut along the edge of the canvas to create a scalloped border. The scissors have a front and back side. Cutting with different sides facing up will produce opposite curve directions. Good to know. I'm glad I read this. These are described as designed for diamond painting canvas cutting. Scalloped scissors to cut out the curved edges of a canvas. Sharp stainless steel blade. Oh, I thought it said bladders. It's just because the way it ripped. Blade clean cuts. Comfortable ergonomic handle for easy grip. You just didn't want me to get into it. I see. All right. Well, let's test this out here. I mean, scissors are scissors are scissors, right? Let's see. Are you going to get replaced, my trusty little murder scissors? I don't know that I will ever replace them. They don't scallop, though, so... All right, so we have a finished canvas here. Spoiler, challenge finish, right there. Let's see. This is a generic Temu, and it's got all the, you know, extra white edges and all that. So I do see... Zoop, zoop, zoop. I ain't touching it. You don't worry about that. This one's more rounded. Okay, check it out. So this blade is more rounded. That's the bottom blade, I would guess, and that's the sharper, and that's more peaked. So let's try both ways. It is comfortable. It has almost like a rubbery interior here. So it is, and my fingers fit in here nicely. It is comfortable. What is that? Oh! Boy, smell that. You guys smell the handle. Ew, what's dirty on the handle? I just took it out of the package. What are you? Oh, it's just broken rubber. Okay, smell the rubber. Oh, it is strong. That's like headache, and I can smell it from arm's length away. Whoo, baby. Yikes. Okay. You gotta have a... Okay, so you'd have to have a steady hand and kind of... Oh, it lines up nice, though. Like... You can kind of fit the blade. I'll do this up close. Fit the blade like into the groove. You can feel it like, oh, look, I fit here, so that you kind of don't overlap and make a mess. I can't say that I'm cutting straight as can be, but I'm trying, okay? Oh, it does. Look, it just kind of fits right in there. Nice little notch. Boop. And there. We went from that to that. Nice. Any fraying or anything? No fraying. Very. Well, this right here, that's my fault. But, and so was that right there. That's where I kind of was struggling with alignment for a minute until I figured out that it's almost like a puzzle piece when you move the blade up. It felt very much like a puzzle in terms of it fit like in its grooves there. So let's try it. It says you can cut, but see, it's not as comfortable. So am I being silly here? So if I cut like this, boop, 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 if we were to, so if I turn this upside down, will it do the other version of the cut? The sharper? No, we're still doing scalloped. You're a dummy, Mushmallow. I can hear you all scream. You don't need to tell me in the comments. I can hear it. Like, I haven't even published the video yet, and I can, or edited it. I mean, obviously we're filming. I can hear you. Just you hush your mouth. Forget you saw the stupidity. Okay. But look, I mean, it makes the edges a little bit, and I messed it up there, but it makes, yeah, you can see I did a bad angle, but it makes it nice. So I guess I'm just going to have to try it upside down. The handle is much less comfortable on the upside down. Let me open the alligator mouth. Really, I'm sorry, I'm really far away. I'm trying to, oh, this is a sharp peaked edge. Okay, there we go. Let's see which one we like better. Experimentation. All right, so you want to put the canvas edge like up on the handle to keep it straight. Otherwise, you're going to go cattywampus like I did over there. Oh, wow. That sounded like it took off a finger, or it would take off a finger. Be careful. And that's what the sharp pointy edge. So here's both. There's the scalloped pretty and sharp edgy pointy. I kind of like this. This is edgy. This is the serrated blade looking, you know. This is all, I'm cute and fluffy and soft, and this is like, I'm grunge and I'm, you know, I'm goth. I'm gonna, you know, cut you. And this looks like, I'm just gonna hug you. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. Just bear with me. But the handles are not comfortable this way. I'm just saying, like, if we want to, I guess we got to suffer for the edgy, for the sharp, serrated edge, if that's what you want. Some canvases need it. Some canvases, you know, need that little edge on the edge. And some, they're just fine with the scallop. But hey, now your budget canvas totally looks like a premium canvas. Oh, maybe not with the serrated, but look at that. Yeah, this is my premium canvas. Don't look under the tape. It's not budget. Shut up. But seriously though, it does add a bit of something. Look at that. That's nice. And it just right through like butter. Those blades are sharp as all get out. I don't know if it would need sharpening, how long it'll last before it does. These are weighty. They're pretty heavy. The blades are really, really thick and sturdy. This is, and so is the rivet there. This, I would not get my fingers anywhere near there. Beware, children. Keep your children away from these. Do not let them play. These are not the play kind. This is heavy duty, serious business steel, stainless steel. This will cut something more than a canvas, let me tell you. But the edges are clean, there's no fraying, and it does make for a pretty design when you don't screw it up like you know, I did right there. But here's the back side so you can kind of see it a little clearer, like the sharp pokey serrated and the scalloped soft floofy. Yeah, I even did it with the masking tape on there too. Doesn't seem to be any grungy residue, no fraying. Win, 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 win. I like these. Guess what you're going to be seeing a lot from now on? You're going to be seeing my budget canvases with scalloped edges. Yeah, this is actually kind of fun. Okay. I think I've tortured you guys enough. I know what you're really here for. What you're really here for is the Forever Young steel tips. And you guys, the best part for me is these are push in. That's one of the better parts. If you've been around for a while, I have a bunch of custom pins, but they're all push in tips. And all I can find in steel, slim, slender tips is the screw in. And so I was crying, begging, pleading, wishing, you know, doing all kinds of things, trying to manifest push in stainless steel, sturdy, thin tips. And Forever Young was like, hey, guess what we got, mushy? Come look. And I was like, ooh. I can't wait to tell you about them, but just know that I'm gonna spend a lot of money at Forever Young. Okay, but let's get to serious serious business. Okay. Because this is kind of where expectations will get dangerous. Metal tips always sound fancy, but we always have to wonder, do they actually perform better, or are we just paying for like the vibes and the thoughts? So it does come in, in this cardboard backed thing with the plastic that you can see through. It comes with this purple pen. And fun fact, let me look at the packaging before I say something. Hold on. Okay, it doesn't say this, but Sundown noticed this, and I also confirmed. So this is the original iteration of Forever Young's ergonomic pen, which an ergonomic pen, this purple one, comes with the tips, right? But this is the original version of the white one that came with the white tray with the T stopper or the Y stopper. And I was feeling this, and I'm like, I remember not liking this because, my hand just keeps slipping. I tried to put grippy stuff on here. Couldn't really find anything that worked for me. Putting my finger like that I was like, no, I don't like it. And I saw it came with this. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Not another one of these pens. I hope the tips work in my custom pens or pens from other shops that require push-in. Spoiler, they do. But this feels a little bit different, just ever so slightly. They did something with the material that is a little less slippy. My hand doesn't just slide down there like it's greased. There's a little bit of grippy sticky here. You can't really tell or feel it just off the cuff, but when you're using it, you're like, oh yeah, this is way different than this one. Another thing that Sundown noticed was they changed the design a little bit. I mean, look, let me get you up close. Let me get this black background here, maybe will help. But the angle, the neck or whatever is slightly different. They've improved the angle there, which you wouldn't think would make much of a difference, but it does. They improved the angle of the tip area and the neck. They've slimmed some things down, thickened some things up here. The curve of the pen, the white one curves more banana-y. It's not real obvious, not as obvious as a banana, but I mean in that kind of direction. This one does ever so slightly, but different. I mean, look how much of a gap there is. How it's just different. It's designed different. It looks the same at glance, but when you put them up against each other and compare them, there are some slight improvements to these pens. And I felt it. I've been using this pen for several days, and I'm like, this is so much better than the white one. Whatever they did, the little measurements, the little tweaks that they did have been great. But enough about that pen, because I'm sorry, I'm playing with stuff here, because you guys want to know about these tips. So here's the single placer one. Sundown has strong fingers and he can get them out. I have weak, shaky hands. Thank you, stroke. So I can't really get it out, but they do come out like that. See, it's a single one though. I can't really grip very well, but this one I can. They go in and go out very nice and easy, and they do fit in to some other pens. You can see I have some tape down in there from a previous tip, but it does slide into my Flower Designs pen. Hold on, let me grab another one. Here's a Zap Designs pen. I know we're all fans of them over here. This is a little big. I probably would need some glue or tape. Not glue, but like I use those rubbery, like rubber cement nail. Some nail kits come with those, like, I don't know, sticky pads instead of glue to put your nails on, rubbery sticky things. I use those to hold placers in place. It's a little big for that kind of drill hole, but it will go in. At least it'll go in. It just might need a little tape around the end. Here's another Zap Design pen, and it's the same thing. It's a little, but I'd rather it go in and be loose, because I can fix that, than it be too big to go in. So it seems like, at least with a couple of these other custom or shop, made pens, they will push in. Push in steel tips already. I'm excited. Okay, so you can buy these in singularly. You can buy the one drill tip, which is this straight one here. I wish they had an elbowed tip. I hope they make one so that I can have an elbowed tip on a regular pin and not rely on the elbow of their provided pen, because I would like to use the custom pens and small shop, words are hard, small shop pens that I've purchased. But I prefer the elbow tip. So I'm hoping they make a single place elbow tip. We'll have to wait and see, but right now it's just the straight one. Comes in a 4-placer. You can see that. And it comes in 8-placer. Trying to make it so you can see. But they all have these nice, long, sturdy, strong necks. Now, I mentioned Sundown has like really strong hands and fingers. He tried. This went through Sundown, I'm going to break this at all cost testing, and it didn't break. He was kind of disappointed, but also kind of glad. And so was I. But he tried to break the necks of these and couldn't. He tried to break the tips off. He tried to break the necks, and he just couldn't. Outside of a pen. Don't try it in a pen. You might break your pen. But he took the tip out, and he was trying everything. He might have even employed some tools. Just saying. These are not hollow. These are fully steel pen tips. And they are strong as all get out. Loving that. You can buy them singularly. So if you just want the single or a 4 or an 8, or you can buy the 3-pack as you can see here and get all 3 tips. That's all they offer right now. Let's hope for more in the future. Yes. But they are stainless steel like I mentioned. And you guys, look how thin. Look how thin that is. They are thin, and I have been loving it. It has, I guess, I don't understand. I don't know. I guess I didn't realize. We all know that, the thickness of our tip can affect our drill placing, but I didn't realize how much. Now here I've got a plastic, just it does have something I'm testing in there. So it doesn't look like there's anything in there, but there is. And, here's a Temu purchased 6-placer metal, doesn't really have a neck. This doesn't either, so those tend to break. I'm really grateful for that long neck. And also with these fatter pins, it catches on the tray when you're trying to get on the edges and stuff. With this long neck, not a problem. And you can see these look pretty thin, right? You're like, oh, Mushy, what are you complaining about? Those are pretty thin. Yeah, well, let me get the big 8-placer so you can see. Look at how much thinner that is. Come on. And this is a 6-placer. This is an 8-placer. And it's still like thinner, smaller, more compact. It picks up drills just as well, you guys. It even better. It picks up drills even better. You're like, oh, that's going to be too thin and narrow. It's not going to pick up my drills. Yes, the F it will. I promise you. I have been square, round drills, special drills, just using these for days and loving it. I'm like, how did I live without these? I am so grateful for the long neck, strong construction, and the slender, slim nature. So, okay, Mushy, well, prove it. Put some putty in there. Let's see. Okay. I happen to have my handy dandy Forever Young putty here. I've tested these pen tips with store-bought small shop putty, the putties that are so like thick and chunky and dry that you have to tweezer them in, and it's loaded just fine with everything. But like, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, this is just out of the fridge, nice and cold. Hey, come back. There we go. Filled it in nice and neat there. It's a little stiff because, like I said, it had been in the refrigerator until about the beginning of this video. So it's a little stiff from being in the fridge, which is fine. I like harder, stiffer putties. There's a joke in there somewhere. Keep it to yourself. I already know them all. And there we go. And we can kind of push it on in there and peel off the excess. Oh, this is not my favorite, not the worst putty ever, but it's not my favorite if I'm being honest. But I know someone who really likes this Crafty Kristen. So there you go. Our pen tip is full. It's full, and it's nice and even there, and you can peel off the edges, and you can put some force into it, like you saw me do, and it filled right up with the putty. Let's do the single placer. There we go. Peeled it off, and boop, just like that. We're filled up in there too. And then let's do the little 3-placer. What did I do to this putty? There we go. 3-placer full. Peel off the excess, and voila, that simple. We are full and ready to go, and not spilling out the edges. What? Oh, it's amazing. Having those thin edges helps you cut the putty. You know what I mean? When you're rocking it in there and you're stuffing your pin tip and you want to break the edge off and, you know, pull away with your full pin tip, the slender edges really help. So let's get a canvas, and I'll do a couple little plop plops so you can hear the plops, snaps, whatever you want to call them, and you can see me pick some drills up and place some drills down. All right, so I found a color blocky area, so we can just do a couple of quick simple things. And for anyone who's picked up on the Care Bear and like, Mushy, what are you doing with a Care Bear? I encourage you to pay attention to its message before you judge that I have a Care Bear on my canvas. Let's zoom in. Okay, we're zoomed. So here we go. I want to make sure. Let's put this here so that you can see me pick up. I want these 8. Look at that. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Picked them up nice and perfect, and I'm just gonna boop. Oh, I booped over the, let me do it again. Yep, see, just like that, nice and quick and easy, and I'm gonna line it up and pop. Yep, nice, quick, easy. Look at how nice, neat, clean, perfectly spaced out. Now I'm doing the, oops, my bad, single placer. In case you're a single placer. And I am using the Forever Young pen, but like I said, hey now, you're a rock star, get paid. There we go. Hey, stop. The canvas tried to steal my putty. All right, and then boop. There you go. And the 4-placer. It actually looks like a 3-placer, but it's a 4-placer. There you go. Right on the top. Boop, boop, boop. Maybe you're a horizontal placer, not a vertical placer. So do some. There you go. I mean, picked them up nice, dropped them down nice. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else I can show you. It has a nice plop. Is there anything else that we need to be like worried about with this stuff? I'm not sure, but if you need to see the tip, this is where the canvas tried to steal my putty, but I stole it back. And you know, come on, there you go. Little spillover, we can just peel that right off if we want to, or shove it back in. That's my straightener. How about that? There we go. Look at that. You guys, highly impressed, and if you couldn't tell, like, super jazzed. What I can say after testing these for several days, 3 or 4 days now, is I've had no problems. They're my new favorite tips, and I plan to adorn all of my pins with these tips. Like I said, strong, solid, long neck that even sundowns can't break the tip off of or break the neck at all. Narrow, thin, nice crisp edges to these so that you can kind of cut your putty off. Nice. I mean, you wouldn't think that this little tip, oh, that's never going to pick up my square or my round or whatever. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And just as a final little note for Forever Young, I've showed you guys this before, but this book for 20 bucks, I think it was, of all these diamond painting related stickers of all sorts and multiplicity of every DMC in here. There's whole rows of each number, just hundreds and hundreds of DMC stickers in here. This book, and then the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and weirdo symbols. You can see I've already dug into this one. Just some calendar stuff and just little notebook stickers and whatnot. Amazing value. I absolutely love these, and yeah, I haven't had problems getting them on and off containers and things of that nature. Really good value in that book. But I just wanted to make sure that I reminded you about that book, because these are lifesavers. I'm telling you. So let's kind of recap. Are any of these things stuff that you have to diamond paint? No. These are, kind of one of those satisfying guilty pleasure, make your diamond painting experience nicer, cleaner, funner, easier, but it's not like mandatory tools to have, honestly. But some might argue, yes, they are. These pin tips, you guys, and the scissors, those are just plain fun. Do you have to have them? No, you could probably go to a craft store and find some designed scissors that can do fun designs on your edges, but those were really sturdy, really good quality, really sharp, and really fun. But if I had to call something a necessity, I would probably call these pin tips the foremost necessity. I am over the moon ecstatic about these. Highly recommend. And I can't tell you what to do with your money, but if I had your money, I'd buy these pin tips. That's what I would do. Forever Young is definitely one of those brands where, like, you're not going to buy everything, but you kind of want to. You're picking out the pieces that actually upgrade your workflow. And pen tips, absolutely. For me, I like to decorate the borders of my canvases. As you can tell from the earlier example, I tape the borders and stuff, and having those scissors to fancy it up is a big win for me. I do like the stickers to label things and decorate my drawers and things like that. So those are kind of my faves. They also have a gothic / horror line of diamond paintings, the mini gem ones. Really fun and amazing. I'll insert a picture of the latest set I completed here. It was a gift from Crafty-ish Kristen, and they turned out really amazing and really fun. And actually super travelable and portable. I did those while Sundown was in surgery. P.S. Walmart has those little frames that those are in. I got those from Walmart for 97 cents. They have some really cheap oddball sized canvas or picture frames that go great with some of these minis and kind of elevate their look a little bit. So worth looking into if you have an extra $1 or $2 to spare and you want to frame your mini gem canvases. I definitely check Walmart. Also for bigger canvases too. They have all kinds of frames and stuff, and even for some of our larger canvases, the cheaper frames, the like black, thin, shiny black ones that you kind of have to put together or whatever, those are only like $12. Anyway, got off on a tangent. My final thoughts. The tray system, it's worth it if you like that kind of system. It is definitely an upgrade from the previous version that was in a cardboard box, kind of shoeboxy type feel. I feel like it is an upgrade. If you have the desk space for it, and if you have the money to invest in it, and that's going to be your go-to kitting up, kitting down, or spare drill storage, it definitely feels like it could be worth it for those of you who like that system. The pin tips, if I said something was a must-have out of this, pin tips. And like the sleeper hit of this whole thing for me might be those scissors, the pinking shears. I freaking love those. Those are really fun and actually really, really sturdy and accurate. I really liked those. So yeah, not mad about anything though. All right, Crypt Crew, I need to know from you. Are you going to be upgrading your setup with any of the stuff you saw here today? Or are you loyal to your slightly crusty, slightly chaotic tools that you've been using since day one? I'm just asking. No judgment here. I see you. I'm playing. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hang out with me again. Until next time, stay naughty and maybe upgrade your tools just a little bit. Bye.